Meriden Gaming here, and we're back on the Elsewhere realm, and we're going to give you a little update on the progress on the Grand Staircase and the towers behind it. So, there it is. As you can see, we finished up. There's a lot more deep slate than I was thinking. From the front, you can see more of the actual stone bricks, but yeah, as you can see, we used quite a bit of lava. We got a few, copper accents as well. We've got the cut copper there in that little corner just above my head right there right now. And then the copper blocks going up the actual towers. Eventually they'll all turn to that lighter green to where it almost looks like the diamond color. Because I don't have any beeswax yet. If we had beeswax, we could keep it the copper color, which eventually I will end up probably changing that up once we get access to bees. But for now, that's all we got. So, other little accents that we did. Let's come around this way and hopefully not fall off. Alright, so here we did the kind of the same theme that Surface has done all throughout the area with the deep slate, then the stone bricks, and then the deep slate tiles. So it kind of gives it that little kind of tie-in to the rest of the area. And I don't know if you saw, what's his name's build? Sunset Dawn's build. He built an inn ship. I don't know if it's been out yet, because I can't remember if he streams too or not, or does YouTube videos or not. But yeah, we got that. And then here, we're pretty much going to cover the entire thing once more of my stone bricks smelt up, or well, stone smelts up. We're going to do this kind of like we did around this tree. I do believe we're going to have to remove that tree, and then we're going to remove the big tree too. We're still using that for access to wood, but we can do that elsewhere if we need to. But yeah, we're going to make it spawn proof by doing that. I'm still trying to figure out what we're going to do on the hill to make it spawn proof, because I don't like just having torches. So we will have to figure that out. If you have any suggestions, let me know. Good ways of hiding lights. I know you can do it with, like, of course, the problem is it's on a hill, so you can't really hide them in the ground under carpets and whatnot, but we'll figure something out. I don't know if y'all saw this. This is the kind of pattern I did for the doorway. It is the shorter door, just like the other area. And then, of course, that is the using stairs, like 3 sets of stairs coming down. We got this little kind of hole pattern that you can kind of see through the side of it if we're up higher, which I can actually do that. I kind of give it a little bit of, definition, a little bit of detail. As you can see, this was the last set of copper I put in, and it's not fully done yet. But yeah. And then we have our little pond here. I think that was in the last episode. I still want to get more tropical fish. And then up there, we've got our storage hidden kind of in between the 2 towers and the actual staircase. What I plan on doing is I'm going to have a nice little build here. I'm not going to reveal what it's going to be yet, because that's going to be coming up after the actual guild hall. And I'll have something else right here. And then we also have this really cool geode that I want to open up the side of it to where it can kind of display the crystals for people coming here to Everbright and be able to see, the crystals, kind of just out in the open. Be a nice little detail. But yeah, and then I'm going to have a staircase going somehow up here to up there. I haven't decided on that. And then I'm trying to figure out what we want to do with the 2 towers. Like this one, of course, it just goes straight up to where the stone was. So there's not nearly as much. And I forgot to fill this in. I need to fill this in, but oh, I did not mean to do that. Put that back. Okay. I was almost thinking about moving our sugarcane up to 1 and our bamboo up to the other. So that way we can have, plenty of that stuff, because we're going to need that for, rockets if we ever do, and then books too, if we ever do an elytra. But yeah, and here you can really see the detail of the lava. So what we did on the outside, it's just hemmed in by a stone brick, so you can't have any wood out here. Well, actually, that's deep slate brick. And then on the inside, as you can see, we use standard stone walls. Actually, that was a deep slate wall, and then glass I didn't go all the way up because that is where the uh, that arch was coming out to support the stairs. But yeah, that's pretty much it. We're going to remove this, but I'm thinking, let me know if y'all think that's a good idea to put our, kind of hide our farms. I like hiding the farms. I don't like having them out in the open unless they're specifically there to, be visible, like the little farms that Surface built. And then here's our storage for right now. Just kind of out of the way to keep it out of view. And then our auto smelter for the time being. And our spawn point. I don't think yep, spawn point. Okay, but anyway, yeah, next on the agenda for right now, as I'm gathering more resources and building out a little bit out back, is going to be the actual mining guild. So I'm doing a little bit of building over in our creative world, and yeah, I want to cut over to that so y'all can have a little bit of an idea of what we're going to be working with there. So I'll see y'all in just a little bit. Alright, we are back in our creative world for Elsewhere Season 2. As you can see by the giant staircase behind us and the other random thing that did not pan out. And I figure what I was going to do is kind of give you an idea of how I do my builds, how I do especially the moderately large to larger builds, just so you can kind of get an idea of how I work in my head and stuff. So first things first, measuring. You must measure. Measure twice, 3 times, cut once. Deal. Yeah. Anyway, which I already did in our creative world. And then what you want to do is to lay out your, what do we call it? Lay out a template to see exactly how much room you have to work with and kind of give you an idea of what you can do. So if we turn around, there we go. That is the general area we have for the mining guild headquarters. So basically it's about 21 blocks from this red sand right here in the center to that one over there. Same distance the other way. It is 20 blocks tall because that's where we hit the majority of the ceiling. And if you remember, we had that one little outcropping on it. On the right side, I want to mimic that on the left. I have a couple ideas. I'm thinking maybe signal fires or some sort of statue on the end of those. Give me yeah, go ahead and leave in the comments what y'all think. I think the signal, or not necessarily signal fires, but like the brazens with the big fire on it, which we can use glass and whatnot for. And then I wanted to have a nice door. I do want this to be kind of an auto door. I'm going to using pressure plates and sticky pistons and stuff like that. I'm going to have it to where these will retract back. Although I just thought about it. I'm not sure if I can do that. We'll have to figure it out, because we have a bit of room inside these that we could hide the mechanism. It's been a while since I've done a double retracting door. I've done a single where it takes out just the center portion, but it's been a while since I've done a double, so I'm going to have to play around with that to try to get that that feature working. But yeah, we could cordon out a little bit of this room. I figured this room is probably going to be kind of like the dining hall, and then probably the guild headquarters. Somewhere in here, or maybe guild headquarters here, and then you come down a hallway into the dining hall, and then this will be for hiding the mechanism, and then this side I figure will be kind of like the barracks or the sleeping quarters, and then what else was there? I was thinking there was a few different things. A workshop and a smeltery in the back, just a small smeltery. We're going to build that giant forge, but since I'm going to be actually staying kind of up here in this area, I want to have access to a smeltery. And then this is going to be just a little kind of balcony that you can kind of look out over the giant ocean out the back. So yeah, so that is the first step to how I do my building. The next step is to kind of, kind of flesh it out, get our color palette, which we basically already have our color palette, with the stone brick stairs, stone bricks, deep slate, and copper. I'm probably not going to use quite as much copper on this because it takes a lot of time to get as much copper as we needed for these towers here. But yeah, so, give me a few minutes and we'll see what I can lay out. I have some ideas for the towers. Oh, and I also thought we could probably make these multi-tier. That will probably allow us to have more room and have, you know, put in more gadgets in here. So anyway, I'll be right back. Alright, so we're back with a few more tips. The next tip I would go with, which is like 2 or 3, I have kind of lost count at this point because we're doing this over a couple of days. Breaking up your large-scale builds into smaller bite-sized portions. That's something that I try to do, especially on like, you know, the Meiji Castle build. I broke it down into like the entryway, and then each floor of the castle, and then, you know, one wall, and so on and so forth. Definitely break it down. So what do we focus on first? The little outcropping on the front. It's a very small thing, but it's something that we have to get right in order for the build to look right. I saw that whenever we found that area, and I was like, oh, I have to incorporate that. We're going to tear it out and we're going to build something there. This is not the final design though. I kind of hit a roadblock. So that leads on to the next tip. If you hit a roadblock, don't be afraid to step away. That's one thing I definitely encourage you to do. You know, go look at Google pictures of, you know, like I'm building a dwarven mining guild, so a dwarven mining guild or a fortress or, you know, something to kind of jog my inspiration, you know, jog my memory, try to come up with something that is actually going to look nice, because that's way too basic. It doesn't look right, and we have to put in some deep slate because we have to tie it in with that. But anyway, yeah, don't be afraid to step away. I have to do that quite often to try to, you know, kind of get those juices flowing. And then next tip would be spawn proofing. If you're not doing this in creative mode, make sure to build in spawn proofing as you're building, or at least just, you know, light it up with just, you know, standard stuff to keep stuff from spawning while you're trying to build. You would not believe how many times I've been blown up by creepers and they take away half my build because of that. Well, exactly when we were building our what do we call it, greenhouse over in our first little base area of season 2. Yeah, it got blown up like 6 times just because I was not lighting it up like I should have been. So you can do that, you know, using either torches or lights. Oh, I didn't mean to click there. Half slabs on the bottom half of a block. That way it keeps them from spawning. Stairs. There's plenty of different ways to do that. And of course you can also keep pets to help scare stuff away as well as you're building. Cats, if you can find them, are a great idea because those will scare off the creepers, and then dogs, of course, will attack everything else. So pets are also a great option as well. And yeah, I think that's it for the first little, you know, building tips or how Miro builds, Meriden Gaming builds section. We might pick up a little bit more, but I've got to get back to work on the design and then clearing out the area, because basically, you know, those 2 giant kind of columns of stone, we're going to have to clear those all out from the actual server. So that's going to take a while. Hopefully somebody's got a beacon I can borrow. That'd be great. And then I also had to figure out how to do the 2 wide, well, 4 wide door, 2 wide on each side. How to do the retracting mechanism, because it's been a while since I've had to do that. I'm going to need sticky pistons, but we do have that slime farm down in the mines. So anyway, this is Meriden Gaming. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit the little bell notification icon as well, so you can see all my videos. And definitely go check out all the other Elsewhereian videos. I think there's about 8 of us. So yeah, we've got content releasing all throughout the week. Not just Elsewhere content, but just Minecraft stuff and, well, all kinds of stuff. I think some of the other guys play a few other games just like I do. So definitely check them out. I do Minecraft on Mondays and Fridays, both Elsewhere. I just don't have enough time to do both our single player worlds and the multiplayer. So I'm focusing on the server. That way, you know, we can get more content out, get more people, you know, bring more people in to watch us, and get a lot more subscribers for everyone. I really want to build everyone's numbers up, and hopefully eventually do a lot more collaborations, because I feel like we're going to get a few more people in at some point. And then I also do streaming on Wednesdays and Thursdays. Right now we're doing World of Tanks, and Monster Hunter World. I can switch those up depending on what y'all want to see. If there's some other game you want to see me stream, I can do that. But those are what I'm sticking with because those are the other two games that I play the most. Anyway, Samaritan Gaming, and I'll see you in the creative zone. That didn't sound right. In the creative zone. Woo! Yeah.